Well, we're now going to focus our attention on the telecommunications industry and Talkmobile UK. This is one of these mobile virtual network operators. I think they're working on the Vodafone network signal. A lot of these mobile operators work off some main networks. They work off the backbone. There's the main ones are Vodafone, O2. There's another few, maybe three's got one. And basically, there's three or four. And basically, you have these mobile network providers. They're usually smaller operators, and they use these networks as a backbone. They usually charge a cheaper price. There's a few of them around. ID Mobile. There was a post office one that went out of business. There are a load of other ones. The one that I'm going to talk about today is Talk Mobile. I've dealt with them for a while. Pay as you go service, just as a second line, just a backup line. And I mean, they're okay when you're using the service without the need for customer service. They're generally okay. Their deals are okay. The rates per minute on calls are decent to mobiles and landlines. The text rates are very reasonable in the marketplace. And the internet data, the figure that they quote looks good, but when you actually use the internet, it actually adds up quite quickly. It's actually very expensive. The way they're actually billing it, it comes out as being a lot more than you would have thought based on the figure they're quoting. They're quoting a few pence per megabyte, and but when you actually use it in real life, it adds up. So I would watch that. So yeah, using them just strictly for text and for calls and for internet, they're okay. The problem comes when you have to use their customer service. Their customer service is appalling. It's really bad. They've got a social media contact on Twitter. They've got an email address to be contacted on. Um, they don't send any replies out to any requests you send on email. I did get one reply from them. Actually, that's incorrect. I got one email, and it was basically an email to the Talk Mobile team. It said, "Hi team, this email's come to the wrong place, and we're sending it to the correct department to be helped with." I got a reply to that, so the guy must have put reply all. Very unprofessional, and I was addressed as "Hi team," and that's the only response I got. I never got a reply to the query I raised. Their social media, it doesn't deal with pay as you go, and they're very proud about that. They say, "Oh, you have to ring this line 5888." They charge you for that. So the problem is, I've called them and they haven't got a clue what's going on. I had an issue. I raised it with the guy. He gave me his resolution of it, which was basically turn the phone off and turn it back on. I did that, and it didn't help with the issue that I wanted to sort out with them. It's an internet related issue with my connection. He said switch off the phone, switch it on, nothing happened. So obviously I don't want to continue ringing them all the time. I rang them a couple of times. I'm not going to continue ringing them at my expense when they don't seriously know what they're doing. Apart from that, most customer service departments in most businesses will have a social media contact, Facebook, Twitter. You can contact them on there and they'll reply. A lot of them have a live chat. I think Talk Mobile have a live chat as well. But for pay as you go, what they do is they tell you to ring them at your expense. And seeing as they don't know what they're doing, there's no point doing that. You're just going to use off all your money and you're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to get frustrated and you're going to pay for the frustration. As you can hear from the tone of my voice, that's what I've got from this company. And then I addressed them on the Twitter. Basically, they just started trading with me. They didn't want to resolve the issue. If they wanted to resolve the issue, they could have called me. So what's the issue? Let's sort it out. Basically, I raised my issue on the email, as I said earlier. No reply other than "Hi team," internal email, which wasn't meant for my eyes or ears, and I got it. That's all I got. So I complained about that. The issue is still outstanding. I mean, it's well over a week I had this issue since I initially called them, and they just don't care. Or they just say, "Oh, you have to ring. You need to ring." Then they started discussing my personal case in public rather than using the DM. They used it. They started replying over the public, public Twitter, not a DM. So confidentiality obviously doesn't matter to them. And I basically just had to say to them, "Look, it's very unprofessional. You've got the social media contact. If you've got the social media contact, you should be able to reply to customer queries. Oh, we don't deal with pay as you go on social media. You need to, this tone they're using, you need to call, you have to call 5888. It's just a circle. You keep ringing them, you don't get any help, it costs you, you lose money, you just get more heated. So basically, what I'm saying is, as you can probably tell, this company, customer service wise, one of the worst I've dealt with, and I've dealt with a lot of poor ones personally. But this one, it takes the biscuit. The attitude of the people on the social media, the disinterest in actually resolving the issue, the lack of common sense. They could easily have just called me. You're a phone company, for goodness sake. If you can't make a phone call to a phone customer, it's issues. So there are serious customer service questions to be answered at Talkmobile UK. Seriously unprofessional, a very frustrating experience. I would advise you to look elsewhere. Don't be fooled by the rates. Of course, the rates look good on paper. They're meant to. You know, it's a marketing scheme. This is a mobile virtual. Was it? They called it MNVOs. You know, it's a mobile virtual network. Their business model is based on it being affordable. But it's one thing having an affordable tariff, but if you're receiving an awful lot of frustration and problems when you actually have a customer service issue, it probably isn't worth uh, undertaking the hassle involved in dealing with a customer service vehicle like this, because it's absolutely appalling. So Talk Mobile UK, I would certainly avoid and look elsewhere.